Yeah, tell me what you know about it. Oh, we have business for mine. Want it by with mine. Whoa, we gon' keep on. I can flip and stack again. Tell me what you know about it.
Yeah.
The streets
What's that music in the background?
lessons, like my best friends was a 40 caliber Wesson.
Yeah,
These
come on,
two-faced
Fab.
niggas trying to challenge my blessings. Talk down when you ain't round, then smile in your presence. I'm a child of the essence, so my morals is different. Took big steps to get here, my euro is different. Check it.
Yeah, I like Fabo. Fabo was going in.
He was
Fabo,
going in.
Fabo said, yeah.
Hello. Welcome to WillPower UnSurfaced. I'm your host, Khadijah Sams, along with my co-host, EA.
Yeah, though.
And I was gone last week. It was a lot going on, but it was a good thing. I got an award, so I came to share with my listeners. Yes. I got an award last week. It's called the You Make a Difference Award, and it was awarded to me from a project called the I'm Loving Me Project. It's my life coach, her and her employees are in Atlanta, and what they do is they empower women. Well, they empower small businesses, keep us on track and help you get your goals in line. And I was really honored this year to be a woman of influence. It was a really great celebration.
That's decent.
And I really appreciated it. I had a great time in Atlanta, and it was good to get away. But I did miss the fashion show. So I missed the fashion show. So how was the fashion show, E?
It's about moving on, and leave the past in the past, because there's so much other things that have been developing going forward that everything that we do is a success.
Right.
There's no such thing as a failure unless you keep repeating
The same over and over.
whatever it is. So I'm training my frame of mind to keep moving.
Absolutely.
Because I noticed that certain times in my life, it keep taking me in the past.
Right.
Keep taking me in the past. The only thing I want to remind myself is how to defend myself when the time comes.
Right.
That's the only thing I want to go back in the past, how I used to be. Because it's so many negative, devilish things coming to every channel of life. And this is the reason why I watch the news. I want to keep up on the current events because I want to know what's going on. I don't want to be blindsided, like what's hip right now. Like carjacking. It's I've never seen that like I see it now.
It's crazy.
It's like, wow.
I never knew anybody that got carjacked until this year. I know.
And all the ones I know is women.
Well, I know a man.
I see the guy. I see the guys. Certain guys on YouTube or on the news. How the guy was just on the news, but the ones I know personally is women.
Well, my cousin's father, he actually got carjacked a couple months ago, and I was like, and he's a big guy, and they just stopped him, carjacked him up West Philly.
That gun laid the law.
And it's like, wow, and that wasn't too far from where I live at. You know what I'm saying? Just to know that you could be riding around in your car. Like the other night, I had to go. I had to check myself because I don't like going to the gas station at night. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And the other night, I ran out of gas, and I'm playing myself because I'm like, do I want to stop in this gas station? It was so crazy because it's like nobody was in the gas station, and then when I pulled in the gas station, all these cars pulled in the gas station, and I really had like an anxiety attack. I'm sitting in my car thinking to myself, do I want to get out and get the gas, or should I just go ahead and try to make it home and then wait till the morning? You know what I'm saying? But I got out and got the gas. But it was just the fact that I literally was afraid to get out my car because so much shit is going on. You just never know if you're going to be a victim out here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And for us women, for anybody, for real, they don't care about who they doing stuff to now. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
It's just not women.
It's no boundaries.
It's people.
Yes.
It's just the nature of people. People are faster than what they used to be. And they're taking more risks than they have ever taken any risks that I've ever experienced in my life. So I'm just... how I survived all the generations, except when I went through the system and all that kind of stuff, I learned how to get out the way, move, bit.
Right.
Get out the way. Let her go ahead. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, the storm going to stop.
Yes.
Let the herd go ahead. All them go ahead. Crash dummies. Go ahead,
It's like I know I remember you watching TV back in the day, and the older women on TV, they used to be like scared to come outside their house at night. And we're really living in that time. And it's like all that stuff that we watched on television has come to fruition. And when you live somewhere, and then no matter where you go, because I was in Atlanta, and being there, hearing the same things is going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's no different, no matter where you go, especially in the communities that our people is in. It's no matter where you go at in the country, the same stuff is going on. It's just mind-boggling to me that everything can be going on with us at the same time everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When the crime rates go up here, crime rates are going up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Carjacking is going up everywhere. Shootings is going up everywhere. And nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. Children ain't safe. Women ain't safe. Your grandparents ain't safe. You know, it's an unfortunate time that we living in, because we should never be afraid to go outside of our homes. And you can't even. A young lady got shot at on 95 last night. Somebody was shooting at her in a road rage incident, and fortunately, she didn't get shot. But just the fact that you could switch a lane or something, and somebody is having a bad day, and you could be their victim. You know what I mean? And it's no telling when somebody's going to snap out here. And it gets to a point where you want to say, what can you do? But what can we do? You know what I mean? Because it's just so much going on.
It's a lot. I know.
It's just so much going on. It's like, what can we do? It seems like we're stuck in a spot where
I'm not stuck.
No, I'm just saying at the
a
time.
whole. Nope,
I'm saying at the time.
I ain't even owning that.
Because
I ain't owning that. Because the reason why I say that is because you have a right to pick and choose what you fit in, what you around. Your environment is big. Have you got to live in the environment? You can't escape it. But like you said, like I'm not hanging out. I'm not those gas stations. I'm breezing by.
But just like I said with the lady last night, she got shot at while she's on the highway driving.
I mean, you know.
I mean, like it's like stuff is happening. It ain't no pics. Let's just say that. You know that saying. It ain't no pics on what can happen anywhere, and it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's very, very unfortunate. It's just a sad situation. Just to know that you really got to be super duper cautious, no matter where you at, on the subway, walking down the street, driving in your car, at the gas station, at the market. You know what at Walmart. People going off at, look at the guy at Walmart. He got mad at the employee. He then came back and shot not only the employees, but he shot people that were shopping at the store too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never can predict when somebody's going to snap, and you just at the market. You know what I'm saying? It's just so sad. It's just really a sad situation that we living in. And what are we going to do?
That's why I play defense. I guess me myself, I used to drive myself crazy thinking that it's crazy how people don't understand how to stay out of the way. And because they still indulge into the certain things that, I don't know, maybe because I done had, my struggle ain't everybody else's struggle.
Right.
But when you physically go through torture, physically and mentally, it's a little different. And I can't, like, for me, I'm not a sexist, so I can't say that, like, the baddest female in the world ain't go through a lot of the trauma I went through. Being raised up trying to be a so-called drug dealer, gangster. You know what I'm saying? Right. Ladies' man. You know, because I know a lot of the stories of some great women that went through, but when you just, even you think, when I think about all the friends, like a lot of my friends, when I say the part of the loss is them having double life sentences. My best friend, double life sentences with a few years added on it. Like, really?
Like you had that
like
a few years.
A lot of them. I mean, and that's crazy. It's excessive, but it's because of that dunya, that environment will tear us apart. When we're trying to be a part of it, that's why we got to be careful how much of it we entertain it.
Absolutely.
How much we entertain, how much we be a part of. You know, it's a stick and move, and there's so much science to not being a part or being a part.
Right.
That's the things that I've learned, because I used to say to myself, like, damn, I'm around filming a bunch of dudes from different parts of the city and all over the world.
Right.
And everybody got guns. I've been seeing it. It's like, really, for me,
right,
when I play back the channel and just think about the memories, it's deep.
Right.
Even the things that you know that happen. Like some things that you got to take to the grave with you. Harboring it in the memory bank is still stressful.
And it's very stressful if you, and a lot,
you ain't got to tell me
you
some
know,
things I never.
Let me just
ever,
say, for the mental health, a lot of our men and our brothers, they never seek mental help. They never try to talk to a therapist. They never even entertain the fact of talking to a therapist. And maybe I'm not going to say that for everyone, but a lot of men feel like it's a weakness. They don't want to go talk to people about their business. You know what I'm saying? What they did or what they were going through. But
well, that's a stereotype of an immature man.
But for majority of our men,
because that changed. I think that changed a lot, because I have talked to a couple. I have went and talked to a couple of family. What do you call them? Therapists. I have went a couple times, and I was one of the ones that used to be like, I study psychology and sociology. 5 years straight in jail, Penn State rep. You know, like when it was only $99 a month.
Right.
So and overstanding what they was telling me, I knew what to do. Like I tell people right now, I stress more than anybody in the world, but I know how to cope now.
Right.
So it don't bother me as much as the person that don't know how to cope with their stress.
Right.
Everybody stress. There's no such thing as you don't stress.
Absolutely.
Yes, you stress. It's called something different.
It's learning to be. It's all about.
I don't want to play with words, because
I think
that's something that you'll never master.
No, but it's like you'll
said. Never master words.
It's about learning how to cope with different things.
That's everything.
Because we're gonna always have a stressor, but it's finding ways to deal with the things that we stress about, and that becomes that's the hard part a lot of times. It's
when
finding
you
ways
lose
to deal with that stress.
When you lose state of consciousness, that's when you can fail. If you're conscious, that means you're taking it in that direction. I don't care what school of thought you study, what religious philosophy, what religion, what principle of life. If you're conscious, you could do right.
Yeah.
If you're conscious. You can make yourself unconscious by ignoring. That's why some people I know that take drugs to go do stuff.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It really don't help.
It's like you getting drunk to have sex.
Is that right?
Knowing that I'm gonna get drunk so I can tear her up, or she gonna get drunk so she can get tore up. I mean, I'm just saying. It's caffeine. I drink coffee to wake up.
Yes. I gotta have my coffee in the morning. And I don't know if I necessarily gotta have my coffee in the morning.
You gotta have
or is it just that I'm so accustomed to having my coffee in the morning? Because I don't think that I have to have it.
Addiction is an addiction.
I don't always drink it though.
Addiction is an addiction. If you do something every day, you're addicted.
And it could be habit too. It could be
coffee is very habit forming.
Yes.
Very habit forming.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing for me is, I've been drinking coffee since, like, my grandmother used to give me coffee when I was a little girl.
I drank Maxwell House and Sanka.
Maxwell House, yes.
When I was probably 8.
I was about to say, I probably was like 3 or 4 years old.
I was going to kindergarten. I had kindergarten or 5th grade. It wasn't 6th grade because I was going to Leeds in the 6th grade. I went to Linkelbach. Back Germantown. So I was born and raised uptown, so I know. My mom used to give me, It wasn't Lee's because I was eating candy then. I ain't eat no. We was going to Upsall Variety Store. Back in it, yeah. So I know I was getting Sanka, Maxwell House, coffee.
I feel like
the instant John too. Stir it up, yeah. Sugar, yeah.
My grandmother drank instant Maxwell House every morning, and now that I'm older and I'm a grandmother, I realized that the reason why she gave me that cup of coffee is so she can have her cup of coffee without me getting goddamn.
No, I don't do that.
Listen, I had a little porcelain tea set, and my grandmother would pour coffee in there, and then she had her cup and her saucer, and I had mine.
So you can leave it alone.
And I feel like now that I'm a grandmother, I don't want nobody bothering me when I'm drinking my coffee. When I drink leave me alone. Let me get my coffee in me, and let me get my head together. And I really, like I said, I really feel like Lorraine was like, I'm going to give her this so she can sit her ass down so I can have my cup. Because I literally remember so specifically sitting next to my grandmother drinking a cup of coffee. And I know that I was a little kid. I know I had to be like 3 or 4 years old. Why? Because I remember the house, and I remember that I was very young when we lived there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we moved out of there after we had a house fire. But I remember that house, and I remember sitting next to my grandmother drinking my damn coffee. Because she said, I'm going to set this kid up for a minute, goddamn.
Yeah. That's how it go. I mean, you know.
And that's the quote. For me, it's to get my head right in the morning. It's that first sip, and I'm going to get my head together so I can focus on what's next.
Right.
And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's just because it's a force of habit. I've been doing it so long. But for me, that's what makes me feel better in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I have my cup of coffee first thing. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And that's how I cope. Because I could be doing some way other things. You know what I'm saying? But I get my coffee and I keep it moving in the morning. And but I don't give it to my grandkids the way my grandmother gave it to me.
You should.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give it to them.
Our grandparents was more ignorant.
But my grandkids want to go to Starbucks.
Our grandparents was more ignorant than any race. Any race ever besides this race now.
Mm-hmm.
They fed us chitlins.
They fed us
pork
fat
chops.
I ate fat bake.
I mean, that's all they had. I mean, I get it. No, I mean, they went to the market and
you know, I think about the stuff that we ate. Like, we ate Spam. Like, I hated that shit.
I used to love Spam.
I never gave none of that shit.
I love Spam.
I hated fucking free cheese.
Honestly, that's how I stopped eating pork. I stopped eating, it was Spam. I was making it when I first moved out west. It's like 1981, something like that. We moved out West Philly, Edgeworth Street. I'll never forget. And the Goodmans, Lawrence Goodman and them, I killed them. They're my homies. And my brother, I think he was making it. And at this time, I was probably like changing, not eating it as much, probably like a year, 2 years in.
Right.
And Bea said, "Ew, what's that? That smell like pork." See, but see, it was different of different races of how you was brought up. See, me being a little older, you know what I'm saying, and being Akil being the same age, but they mom grew up in the culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I noticed, I said, wow, my mom grew up in the old school culture from her mother.
Right.
Like, and that was back in, you talking about the 50s, the 40s. So, and I noticed how the cultures started developing, even from the name changes. You know, if you ask anybody over 40 years old, anybody that's 40 and over, they got names like Eric, John, Jason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sam, shit like that.
Right.
You know,
American names.
Yeah, right. But you ask the new millennium, they got Jabril, Akil,
exactly,
Mohammed, like my daughter,
Salim,
her name ain't even, it's Inika. We took the R out of Erica and added an N. But I liked it because it was like Inika, like the Arabic, you know, phrase in the prayer.
Right.
You know, that's why I kind of liked it, you know, but giving names of significance is always good. So keep doing that, people. Keep giving up names that have spiritual meaning, that have positive meaning, because it does something to the psyche.
Right.
Based on your name. Like if I can get back Eric, I would definitely trade Eric in the heartbeat.
Well, you know, it was funny for me because I didn't have a regular name coming up. My name is Teron. And so for me, I don't know if it was because everybody else had a regular name and mine didn't, but it annoyed me in school because of the fact. Now that I'm older, I recognize it's a very unique name. But being born in the 70s and your name is Teron, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now every time I look up, I see all these little boys named Teron, and they be like, "You got a boy name," and I be like, "Oh no, you got a girl name," because I'm way older than all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And but my mom, she did something different. She did like what you did with your daughter. My father's name was Tyrone. I wasn't a boy, so they took the Y out.
That's how you do it.
And I became Teron, and it was like nobody's child name was Teron in 1970. I don't know nobody else my age with that name. I don't know nobody else that, you know. And so I wanted, and it's so funny because I wanted my name to be Karen so bad, right? That was the name I called myself. You know how you make up name you a kid? And that was my fake name. My fake name was Karen. Now I dare not want to be a Karen.
Right.
But you know, but it's unique now that I'm older. You know what I'm saying? And then when I actually had Latin when I was in 7th grade, and my Latin teacher was like, he told me what my name meant. And I'm like, how do you know that? And he was like, I'm looking it up. Your name means terrain. So it means like the earth. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, that was pretty deep because my middle name was Celeste, and that meant the sky, celestial. So I'm like, oh, so I had a little pretty deep name once I found out the meanings of my name. You know what I mean? So having a name that you can find a meaning for is very important.
No, that's true. Because if you do any research on the origins of names, and it'll shock you. Mm-hmm. It'll shock you how I just experienced how I seen the names transcend.
Right.
And knowing the history of names and attributes and what origin they have, what the validity of the name is really, really intriguing. Right. It's really, it'll blow your mind. I mean, this information I've been learning a lot of information lately, new information. And as I process it, it's making me more humble. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to act out on aggression. You know, like how life can stare you and show you so bad of the bad side. Mm-hmm. If you're conscious and moving with that same negative energy, that's when you're going to shoot somebody, you're going to hurt somebody, you're going to cuss somebody out.
Absolutely.
You're going to do something. I'm telling you. I learned, I'm telling you, there's been some things that even when just certain trials and tribulations of transactions and being around people and hearing people and helping and asking for help at the same time, because that energy is transferable.
Right.
You know, and I like that. I see that it's so important to do it. Because if you don't do it, how can we create the mathematical evaluation like the foremothers and the forefathers did?
Right.
They started it. But it's a boomerang. I
feel like the one thing about us as a people that really, really controls a lot of why we do things is because we have a culture, but we really don't have a culture. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, let's just say like this. We have all our specific things that we know about each other. But coming from the environments that we was forced to come out of, you know what I'm saying? Like not really knowing where we come from. Say like when people come from Africa, right? They come over here, they know their customs of where they came from. You know what I'm saying? If they come over here from Nigeria, they know the customs of Nigeria. They come here from Sierra Leone, they know the customs of Sierra Leone. But by us being here in America, we came up in with the background that our people came out of slavery, right? And that majority of the things that our ancestors knew, we really wasn't privy to. So when it comes to things like in a lot of African countries, naming their child is very important. And it's like a whole process. Like the child don't even get a name at first. They go home, watch the child, see the different characteristics of the child, and then they name the child after that. you know what I'm saying? Here we're in this custom that we're in this society where as soon as we have our baby and the baby come out, we got to sign a birth certificate. You know what I'm saying? We got to fill out this paperwork and have this name for a baby. Where in a lot of our cultures that we're not privy to knowing the culture, naming your child was a very important thing. You know what I'm saying? And it took time to name the child. You didn't just have a baby in a hospital and name the child. You had your baby at home with the elders there. I was watching this thing with on TikTok, and it was an African young lady, and they was talking about how in their culture, when they have their babies, they don't take care of their babies first. The mothers and the aunts, for about a month, they take care of the baby, and they take care of the baby for a specific amount of time in order for the mother to get herself together. And they take care of the mother too, so that the mother don't have to jump right out and take care of the baby. You know what I'm saying? And with us being in America, so much of those cultures we don't have.
Right.
A lot of times we single parents, we have kids on the fly. A lot of times we get pregnant, we ain't playing nothing. We just get pregnant. Now we got a baby. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to go home with this baby. And these are all the things that come with us really not knowing where we really come from. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like that was always important to me because people always be like, oh, well, you do your ancestry and this, that, and the other. Maybe it's just not to do all of those things, but just to know where you come from, I feel like is important because we lost so much that we don't have these traditions. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that stuff that our ancestors may have had, we will never know. We don't really know who a lot of our ancestors are. You know what I'm saying? And so because we lack the knowing of these cultures, we're in this society where all we really know is how it is here in America. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know. We really don't know nothing else. So we have our own cultures that we started here, but lack of knowledge from not knowing where we are has left us in a lot of the conditions that we are in today. You know what I'm saying? Because even when those kids come from Africa, when they come over there, they living in third world countries, but they come over here and they excel. They excel at math. They excel at going to school. They go into school to be doctors, and they didn't have half as much as what we have over here. And so I firmly believe that it's because we don't have the cultures behind us. You understand what I'm saying? We don't have all the things behind us that when they say it take a village. You understand what I'm saying? Those things are really like...
I go back to consciousness. And no matter what medical term, scientific term, you just got to be conscious of what everything in life, cause to effect. Where you want to be at, where you going. How much you want to have in your pocket, what you got to do to get it.
Right.
It's all math. It's all being conscious. All right, if you ain't going to work, if you ain't got no goddamn job, you ain't got no income, of course in 30 days, shit gonna happen.
Right.
Like if you don't have a girlfriend or if you don't have a boyfriend, when it's time for you to be sexually motivated, yes, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm lonely. You know, it get like that. It's just cause to effect. So how we prevent it, and we said it before on this show, preventive maintenance. You have to have cognitive preventive maintenance.
We say this, but then when we look,
we say
this, but when you look at the
youth,
see
where you go?
No, look at me. Listen to me. Mm-hmm. When I look at the youth today, our youth are still going out here.
Oh, the youth. Well, I want to classify youth as us as adults.
No, not us. I'm talking about the youth. I'm talking about
they haven't mastered the state of consciousness.
But what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying.
It's hard to master that, though.
What I'm saying is,
it is. It really is.
What I'm saying is, I feel like the lack of us having certain things in our culture, it causes us to.
I get what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like
just to move forward. I get. No, I'm agree. Just to agree. Only reason why I say that because when I hear you say it, it make me. I see a weakness. Me myself as. How level-minded, as I explained in the beginning of this show, where my mind is at right now, I ain't trying to break I ain't trying to adapt nothing to that's not owning. That's not saying I am. No, I am. I don't care if I ain't got it, okay. It's because that's important. Now the children, They're not more conscious, these. They not.
That's what I'm saying.
But like you say, a village. No, they. All right. Let me just say this. Let me hold on. Let me say this. Have you watched this? Have you watched that program on the news about the kids fighting in school in Norristown?
No.
This is why it's important sometimes. This is what I get out of watching the news. This is what I get out of watching all the world news, and I don't watch all them sports and all that. I ain't denouncing nobody that watch sports on the regular. You know what I'm saying? To keep it all the way real. I don't do that. But I learned something. Now you got the Europeans, it ain't just black people, complaining how the fighting is is in their schools. The kids, it had to be like 50 kids rumbling, fighting to stab people. Stab people trying to break it up. It was so sad to see. And I'm listening to the parents. I'm like, all right. Because those kids ain't got the same issues.
All of them, not right.
I don't mean to stereotype because it's Norristown, because it's this town, because it's downtown, because it's uptown, midtown, crosstown. It's consciousness and it's mind state that teach. It's sad. That's why I don't really like to talk about this kind of stuff. Because ever since I heard somebody say, hurt people.
That's absolutely true.
You own that shit, you live it. You own it, you art it. I'm not owning that. I'm not hurt. And I'm not going to be with no hurt person. Mm-hmm. So you have to own that state of consciousness so you can level up and adapt and be on a higher knowledge of self. As long as you keep, and it's just my spirit, I ain't telling nobody, I'm telling you how I exercise my willpower. And how for the last few weeks only, it started off the day after the She Running City tour, I had to change my thought process with everything around me. Cream, get the money. Got a dollar bill. Everything. Everything around me. Every person, place, and thing. Because you know why? I'm the one that have to live with me.
You gotta live with your own decision.
I'm the one that have to say I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm broke, I'm fucked up, I'm happy, I got money, I'm the shit. I'm the one that gotta say it. Not you, not him, not her, not them, not we. Me. Mm-hmm. So don't when you say, I don't feel like we, and we need, and they, and we shall overcome.
Well, you can't do everything.
I'm saying me. Let me. No. It's not about doing. You don't have to do nothing but think. It's nothing to do.
It depends on what you speaking on.
No, it's the thought process. No, it's before the manifestation. You ain't getting it. It's before the manifestation. It's before, oh, she look good. Give me a kiss, baby. It's the thought process. I'm hungry. Cook something to eat. My breath stink. Let me go brush my teeth.
But you started off with the kids fighting in Norristown. And you started
the thought process.
Consciousness. But a lot of these kids, let me just say this. A lot of these kids is followers. A lot of these kids get themselves
you're 100% right.
They get themselves into situations that they don't have to. Why? Because they watching a lot of shit on social media.
Say it again,
It look cool.
So why would you buy nephew Call of Duty? Why would you buy nephew not Call of Duty? The one where they all right. We watch it on the news, the real shit, right? We watch on the news the real.
You didn't watch G.I. Joe when you was a kid.
Excuse me, but now I know that G.I. Joe was made up. So, but if I watched, but I didn't watch G.I. Joe and I didn't G.O. Joe nobody.
Exactly. Because
No.
let me tell you
No.
something. It's what you instill. It's what you instill in your kids.
No, wait a minute. Let me defend myself.
They watching that don't mean they got to go out and shoot up the world.
No, kids do what they see. Kids mimic what they see. That is psychology. How you learn to read
but they ain't
is how you learn to read. A baby learns to read by perception. They read from the parent's lips or the guardian lips, whoever the mother or the father or the guardian is. When you say, dad, dad, they learn that shit. Dad, dad, that's a scientific fact. You learn to read before you learn to speak. Period. That is a scientific fact. I don't care what philosophy, how smart you are, how dumb you are, that's basic science. So, if they watching, like, I'm going to tell you, I never played the game, but when I watch it with a kid, I watch them play it in. I say, damn. Hold on. First of all, I watch the kids put on Jordans on them. They put all this fancy shit on him. They go just to go over there and take Bull out of his car and throw him on the ground, jump in it, and ride off. Same shit we seeing right now in the physical. Goddamn North Philly, South Philly, West Philly, Uptown, all over.
They was shooting gangs. It was gangs and shooting before Grand Theft Auto came out.
In Cali it was.
No, it was gangs. When I lived in South Philly, it was gangs. It was gangs in South Philly.
We had gangs up everywhere. So we had the Clan uptown. That ain't what I'm saying. But the gangs ain't do all no, they did not go around doing no carjacking.
They bombed people.
The gangs did not, when you was out of pocket, when you owed that money. You shouldn't have owed.
People,
no, we talking about the young boys taking Khadijah's fucking car because it's a SRT. Because it's a fast car so they can do a drill in it. That's dumb shit.
But it doesn't have
and
to
they
be
learn that shit from Call of Duty. What's that other John? You don't want to say it, but I'm going to get the name.
Grand
Theft Auto. Grand Theft. That's a felony.
So you mean to tell me they wasn't doing Grand Theft before that game come out? People wasn't stealing.
That's not the point, Khadijah.
Yes, it is.
Don't buy no more of them goddamn games. Adults. It's not just for her. It's y'all too. Half of y'all women. Wait a minute. No. Wait. Let me know. Half of y'all women right now. Go in your sunroom. Go in your sunroom right now.
Yeah, I'm checking because
I guarantee you, goddamn right now. Hold on, I'm filming this shit on my phone.
And there wasn't never a gun in there.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Not in my sunroom.
I need this. Wait a minute.
Because they don't move like that.
Now, I'm telling all y'all parents, right now, go in your son room, or your nephew room, or your grandchild room. And if you bought Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto, that's the same shit we seeing on the news. So explain that. You don't think them kids learning from playing the game too?
Yeah, you cannot blame that game. Because it's a bunch of kids that play that game that ain't in our neighborhoods that don't.
That ain't what I'm saying.
They don't go around.
That ain't what I'm saying.
That's what you instill in your kids.
Just in case, do not give it to them.
That's what you instill in your kids, though. Because we play Monopoly, but we ain't monopolizing shit. We all play Monopoly, we ain't monopolizing shit.
Monopoly is not like no fucking Call of Duty.
It's a game.
Grand Theft Auto.
It's a game.
First of all, Grand Theft Auto.
But grand. Just saying that
what is the grand? What is a grand? You're very intelligent. Come on, answer. What is a grand?
The grand is the grand.
The top of the line. Yes. What is the theft? It means you're a thief. It means you're going to steal.
That don't mean that every.
And what are you going to steal?
My son,
what are you going to steal?
He ain't go out and do
what
that.
What are you going to steal? An automobile, auto. What the fuck?
All right, so you're saying that because Grand Theft Auto was
y'all racist bastards.
This is
whoever made that name up. You wrong. It's 2 left feet.
And guess what?
Grand Theft Auto.
That game. And they ain't black kids ain't the only kids that's
black
playing
mamas
that game
is buying
either.
it. You black mamas is buying it.
A bunch of people was buying the EA.
No, ain't no bunch of people.
Everybody kids playing that game.
That's how I get our ass. She all this willpower, positive, black power.
Right. Because I believe.
But she buying Call of Duty and she buying Grand Theft Auto.
You teach your kids at home. My son played Grand Theft Auto.
I'm ready to some women up. I'm ready to call somebody.
He never was no gangster. He never went out there and shoot nobody.
I'm ready to call somebody else. Who can I call?
He had the first edition.
Randoms.
Here you go.
I'm calling a woman.
It's your job as a parent to teach your kids right from wrong. You can't allow games to teach your kids.
I'm calling a random woman.
So they watch the shit on TV.
Let me go down in time so I catch them off guard. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm going to get somebody, right? Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, let me see who I can get. Oh, no, I can't get her. Oh, no, don't get her.
It's up to the parents to teach the children right from wrong.
Wait, no.
You can't let a TV in a game. Right. You can't let a TV in a game teach your kids anything. You have to be the one to say, this is a game.
I know who I'm going to call. Hold on, y'all.
You do. You teach them better. Because they going to see whether they play Grand Theft Auto or not. You watch the news every day.
Shh, I'm calling my caller.
It's calling my dear. Everybody phone ringing.
Look, that's...
Y'all know I'm on air. Don't be calling my phone. You got 20 minutes.
They should pick up. Hold on. Where is he at?
He ain't answering because he watching you talk about the game.
No, hold on. I'm calling the person right now. I'm random. Guilty as shit.
You calling me?
Yeah! You the one bought Grand Theft Auto. You bought Grand Theft Auto. You bought Call of Duty.
I buy lots of games.
Don't buy them damn games no more. We got lots of games.
We ain't just got that. We got a whole bunch of stuff. We got Family Feud,
I see her name pop right up. Hold on. Hold on. I'm ready to call somebody.
Come on, audience. What y'all think?
Nope.
Because you don't let your games teach kids nothing. You just can't. You have to be in control of that.
I need to call somebody with children, too. Hold on. I got to get somebody. Who can I pick?
Where's all the people that had Barbie Dream Houses?
Wait, I'm going to call her OG. Let me see where her mind at. See if she conscious. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Watch this. I'm going to get an OG because she should be conscious. I'm going to get her with the grandma John. Watch.
She watching.
See if she's selling out. Let's see if she's a sellout. Watch this.
That does not make me a sellout, EA.
Yes, it do.
Buy it.
You over on this side of the street talking about we shall overcome, but you buying Call of Duty and Mission Impossible.
I did buy Call of Duty. Well, look at Call of Duty. That's a war game.
Hold on. I'm going to get it.
That is literally a game of where they in the service.
See, that ain't worse than...
that's Call of Duty. They out there.
But that ain't worse than the other game you bought. Call of Duty ain't worse than the game you bought. You right.
Ain't they killing each other in there?
But they in a war. They know this casualties is war.
We in a war out here too.
Oh, she ain't picking up. I gotta get somebody.
So like I said, I
want to see if I'm right. Hold on. Oh.
What y'all think, fellas? Y'all think I'm wrong for buying Grand Theft Auto?
Yes. Call up here. You know she
call
out
up
of
here 267-888-601.
Hold on.
6019. Well, like I said, my son played it the first edition. He ain't shot shit.
Let me see if this person to pick up. Hold on. Because she going to keep it real. Hold on. She going to keep it real. Oh, she probably can't answer call.
She probably playing Call of Duty.
I hope not. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if she pick up. Hold on. Because I need somebody that I know got sons. And if they had a young son, what they buy now, she got a young son. I'm see if she pick up.
She probably watching it. She probably said, I bought that game. I ain't answering EA. I done bought the damn game.
I'm trying to get somebody because I want to see if
I'm
right. I want to see, because y'all women be talking that men don't be involved.
Did you have a toy gun when you was a child?
No. We weren't allowed to have guns in the house. I snuck out and bought a water gun when I got older.
My goodness. Kids had guns. They played cops and robbers.
She probably picked up. Hold on. Hello?
Hi, this is Steve.
Don't you say your name.
Kids had guns. They played cops and robbers.
Don't you say your name. Hold on. I got somebody that's going to pick up.
And everything.
She got niche. Oh, shit, grandma. I'm going to set her ass up. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this.
Hey.
Hey, listen. Quick question.
Yeah.
Now, I got you live on the radio. You got to be truthful.
Okay.
And you are grandma because I'm grinding my host up. She be, wait a minute. Now, you got grandkids real quick. Did you name some of the games you bought your grandkids, the boys?
PlayStation.
All right, what did you buy for the PlayStation?
Some Robux. Everything is computerized. No cards. It's the
no. What's the name? What's the name of the games, young lady?
I don't give them game. They buy their stuff through the
So
app.
what kind of games? Okay. So did you buy yours through an app, Khadijah?
They all on the app.
So wait.
You gotta
so
buy
what's the
them off
name of the
game.
games that they buy off on the app?
They play Roblox. They play what's the stuff you be asking me money?
Oh, that's
money
even
for?
perfect.
When I
Haven,
what
right?
do you buy? Fortnite for Fortnite.
What is Fortnite?
Fortnite is the game on the Xbox and PS5.
Wait a minute. So is Fortnite teaching the kids to fight people?
Oh yeah, they play.
What the hell? What the? Wait, I'm taking you off the radio. You a bad grandmom. Just like Sister Khadijah. Y'all buy these kids Call of Duty. Khadijah bought her grandkids. What's the name of the game you bought?
Grand Theft
Auto. Teach the kids how to do car chases and robberies.
That's true.
Don't you buy that damn game no more. I'm hanging up on you now. Bye.
My son,
she all trying to be all cool.
My son is 32 years old.
No.
And he had the first edition of Grand Theft Auto. He ain't never shot nobody. He ain't spent no years in prison.
You don't know that.
That's my son. Why wouldn't I know that? Who would be the first one he called if he was in prison? Me.
That lady that turned that son and she ain't know her son shot 5 motherfuckers.
My son ain't shoot nobody because that's not
until it was on the news. She ain't know.
That's not his character though.
Jeffrey Dahmer's character was what?
That motherfucker.
Wait a minute.
His mother knew he was crazy.
Did you ever meet? You never was up Grannis Ford.
That nigga mother knew he was crazy. That nigga was crazy.
You ever was up Grannis Ford? No, I done met some of the smoothest criminals.
I spent years and years and years visiting in Greater Ford.
Did you ever see Timothy McVeigh? That motherfucker ain't say shit in court. What the fuck, Deej?
My son ain't shot nobody.
Don't you buy no Call of Duty, no on duty, no not on duty, no Call of Duty,
not on duty.
No what's the one she bought?
Fortnite.
Roblox. Now your nephew probably got Roblox is good. That's not
he plays that more than
Roblox
anything.
Is not a gangster genre.
He plays Roblox more than anything.
Roblox is not a gangster genre.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what he plays the most.
Fortnite, let me see.
But I'm just gonna say this. As I said,
show me Fortnite game.
You gotta teach your kids right from wrong.
What do Fortnite do? Hold on, I want to see Fortnite. Oh, it ain't that bad. Roblox ain't no good. Hold on. What is Roblox? Kaz, all right, we boycotting all them games with guns in them.
This is America.
All them, no.
What was America built off of? Guns.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about what's affecting our children. We talking about what's affecting our inner communities. They need to
outlaw guns in America.
No, take the perk 30s, the Xannies, take the dust, and don't take the guns.
No, take the
assault weapons.
How you gonna say don't take the guns?
Take the big shit.
Go get a spear and a bow and arrow.
We need
you don't need them. You don't need them.
Small ones.
You don't need them. We didn't have them before the white man came over here.
It ain't guns that kill people.
We still lost and we got guns.
Keith. It ain't guns that kill people.
Losing.
People kill people. So put the guns down.
All right, that's right. So that's how come you can tell your kids don't be shooting nobody just because they play a game.
Well, I'm saying this because I don't know. I just want.
We want peace.
No, but honestly, it's some things that y'all can be doing instead of. All right, this is kind of our fault because we threw that goddamn game up in them kids' face when we was trying to have sex and sneak out, and you was dropping them damn kids off, so you gonna put the damn. Who the first one to put the iPad in front of the kid's face? You wrong. Now they hooked. Now they don't know nothing else but the goddamn iPad and their cell phone. They don't even want to do their computer. They don't want to do their homework on the computer. That's your fault. When last time you took that child to one of them bookstores and bought a book, Barnes & Noble?
I always buy books.
Black & Nobel.
I've always bought
books. When the last time, not you.
Oh.
We talking to the people.
The
Take these kids and go buy them a book.
Yes, buy them books.
Please.
I have a library in my house for my grandchildren, a whole library.
But sometimes you got to take them outside of the house. You have to take them to a library.
You got to take them to the museum and stuff.
Listen to me. we got to teach them competitive nature. We got to teach them transformation. We got to teach them to do. So by taking them that practice, I remember my grandma used to take us down Germantown Shelton's the first of the month and take us to the Woolworth. Yeah. Germantown Shelton. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that sometime I used to get some Buster Brown shoes. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? And that's decent. And I think that's why I used to like my daughter's whole life. I used to like to just take her shopping. I know how that felt. And my grandmom took us on Social Security. It was like, she only took the middle-aged ones. You know what I'm saying? Now, because I know. The older ones ain't go. That was decent. That was really, really decent, Grandma. You really held it down for us. I know I grew up a have-not. You know, 6th grade, I was going to Morris E. Leeds School. By the time I got to school, my sock was coming through my front sneaker because I had holes in them. Just So I promised that when I became adult, I'm going to be a have. Just like the show, have and a have-nots. Right. Because number one, I work hard for it, and I don't consume financial stability from any drug transactions. So I'm very, very excited to say that, and I will brag about that till the day I die. Right. Because not too many black men can say that they are financially stable. Absolutely. And it has not come from a drug transaction. No Jay-Z.
I feel like.
And I ain't saying I got.
No, I feel like.
I'm just saying that for all the pain I've went through in my life, I can say that I'm learning to gain mastery and be happy.
I think that even with me and my grandkids, they are so much privileged because I have so much more than what my grandmother had, like what you said. I as an adult, I sit back and I think about all the things that my grandmother sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, my grandmother was on Social Security too. So she was on disability. You know, she worked a little short job. And just to know that every time I was very sick when I was a kid. And I was always in the hospital. I always had to go to the doctor. I was always at Jefferson all the time. And my grandmother used to take me to this restaurant called Earl's across the street from Jefferson Hospital. And I think about how, like, every time I went, I wanted to go out and eat. And then I sit back and I look at my grandchildren, who are very spoiled, and I will say that is my fault. They are so privileged because it was just, when I think about all that I have that my grandmother didn't have, for her to be able to do as much as I do for my grandchildren, she sacrificed a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom was young when she had me, so basically my grandma had to be my second mom because my mom was young. Right. You know what I'm saying? So she basically took care of me, even though my mom took care of me too. But my grandmother was there every step of the way, taking care of me until she passed away when I was 16 years old. And she told me so many things that I honestly did not freaking listen to her, because had I really listened to I listened to a lot of the things she said, but some of the most important things that she told me to do, I did not do. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Besides, she was very adamant about me graduating high school, which I definitely did. I went to college and things like that. But it was other things that you tried to warn me about as a youth. Like, don't have kids young. You know, I wasn't even thinking about having no kids when my grandmother passed away. But she was having these talks with me because I guess she knew that she wasn't going to be around to have these talks with me when I became an adult. So she was having those talks with me when I was young. Right. And I wasn't even thinking about, because in my mindset, I wasn't even thinking about her not being here. You know what I mean? But as an adult, I look back at a lot of the things that my grandmother said, and it's because they know things that we don't know. When we are children, we think we know everything. When we youth, we think we know everything. And I'm glad I did listen to majority of the things she said. But I know that my life was a lot harder because some of the most important things that she said, especially the one about having kids when you're young. Although I graduated high school, my daughter was still a little baby when I graduated. And I had to start my adult life straight out of high school with a child. You know, understand what I'm saying? And that's what she was trying to keep me from doing. You know what I mean? Because she knew having children young is going to put a monkey wrench in your game. You still can do what you want to do, a lot of things that you know, you still can aspire to do things in your life. But when you have a child as a youth, you ain't ready. Right. And that's what a lot of us young parents, those are the things that we had to learn on the fly. And like I was saying with that young lady from Nigeria, we didn't have the luxury of having all those things that those people have over there, where the mothers, the grandmothers, and the aunt come over. They take it. A lot of us didn't have the luxury. To add to that real quick,
our last couple minutes. To add to that real quick, that's because the difference when they come from a country that have been not tampered with, as far as the mindset and all the luxuries and all the distractions, you could be a little bit more focused. So when you come here, you come from a different mindset where you're not going to get caught up. It's just like a person like myself saying, oh, I'm chilling now. I don't go out. I could count on my hand how many times I went out this year.
Right.
4 times.
Right.
Like honesty. Like
for real.
You know, so if you seclude yourself from the bullshit, a lot of things will positively manifest in your life.
Absolutely.
And that's just being real.
And
that's willpower.
That's doing some real shit. Because you gotta have some willpower, especially when you go out here and you don't listen. So I'm telling all the youth that's watching, when the adults tell you something, they know what they talking about.
Or when the kids' advice. Because y'all adults stuck in y'all ways.
But but when I'm saying certain things, like certain, no, you're right. When it comes to certain things, especially when somebody's trying to tell you something where they're honestly telling you because they care about you and they don't want you to get yourself in a bad position, listen to them. Because they probably been there before.
We ain't drawn.
And they trying to keep you from making the same mistakes that they made.
Right.
Thanks for watching Willpower. We see you guys next week.
You got to pause like you're on TV.